Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X researcher and professional physicist. And today I'd like to bring to you another one of my articles. This one is entitled Simulated Moon in the Sky. Nowadays, it is possible to look at the moon in the sky even during the day and see the dark regions on it called mares with the naked eye. This is just not normal, as the moon is at a distance of 239,000 miles. What we should be seeing during the day is a white, barely visible moon in the sky. This is even more so now because of the intense spraying of aerosols in the atmosphere, which has caused visibility through the atmosphere to drop dramatically, which would have the consequence of making the atmosphere almost opaque to objects outside the atmosphere. You may look at Article 218 entitled Chemtrails, Sun Simulators and Stellar Cores, a multi-level conspiracy, where I provide some of the details on that. Now, this is actually one of the reasons for the spraying. It is so that we do not see the new objects that are out there. But instead of hardly being able to see the moon, we are getting photographs such as the one seen below. This one here. And what we see here is a moon where we can see a lot of features on it. We can see the mares, which are these dark regions, and it's as in focus as the plane here. It's as if it is at about the same altitude as this spraying craft, because that's what it is. It's a simulated moon, and it seems, operating within the atmosphere. And this is what these photographs therefore indicate. Now, this photograph this photograph was taken on April 26, 2018 by Paul Kaiser, and this one was taken by Scott Sion on April 30th, 2018. And on this photograph, we can see a blue outline here. It turns another color. It's purple here. It's orange on this side. But specifically, this outline here is very well defined. It's not blurred. In fact, it's less blurred than the features on the moon itself. So this does not seem to be a refractive effect. So this is a blue circular outline which is around the perimeter of the moon. And this is a further indication that what we are seeing is not the real moon, but a simulation of the real moon. The blue outline is very clearly defined, more so than any of the features seen on the moon itself, and cannot therefore be due to chromatic aberration, because chromatic aberration would produce a very out of focus outline, and several colors would be seen right next to each other. And we're clearly not seeing that. We're only seeing blue on the side. We're only seeing orange on that side. And they are very clearly defined. There is no blurring. There is no superimposition of two images slightly deferred from each other, as we would expect if there was any chromatic aberration present. So this indicates that it's not a refractive effect. And here's a close-up of that image where we can see how clearly defined that edge is, how completely not out of focus. It's very, very clear. This is obviously a blue-colored outline on the edge of the simulation device itself. It's less out of focus than this image of the moon. So the well-defined blue outline on the moon suggests that an image of the moon is being projected on a round screen in the sky. It is difficult to make a large round object perfectly circular, and impossible to make its edge match the moon's natural edge. The blue outline does, however, make it more difficult to see the artificial edge that the moon simulating device most likely has. The artificial edge was very noticeable in the simulated moon, which was seen in a NASA video of the blood red moon of January 31st, 2018. And here is one of the images that they are available in the articles I wrote on these. And this comes right off the video provided by NASA. And in these, we can clearly see the serrated edge of the device. It has a regular stepped pattern, and the pattern is repeated in reverse down here. So it shows that there is symmetry to the object, and it cannot therefore be the real moon. The real moon would not have any such symmetry. It would not have a regularly stepped jagged edge like we see here. So at that time, the serrated edge around the moon had this regular pattern that I've shown you, and this shows that it's not in any way natural. And this appears in Article 151 entitled "The Blood Red Moon at 30,000 Feet." It therefore seems that we are not observing the real moon from the Earth's surface anymore, but rather a moon simulator, just like we are seeing sun simulators instead of the real sun. Now, the evidence that the sun is being simulated is overwhelming, and I detailed that in Article 217. Two sources in the sky indicate a very weak sun, and in Article 165, entitled "Sun Simulator Irrefutable Evidence." I've written more, but you can get most of the evidence for this statement from these two articles and the videos I've made on them. So the sun is being simulated because it is much weaker than is normal and goes completely dark periodically. And I've detailed one such instance when it did go dark in the article entitled Planet X and Sun Interaction. Sun goes dark on April 18th, 2018. And this is Article 211. So if the sun goes dark periodically, it is obvious that the moon would also go dark at the same time, as the moon is only made visible if there is light from the sun for it to reflect. It thus would become necessary to simulate the moon as well. Since the chemtrail haze would make a moon simulate outside the atmosphere difficult to see, it becomes necessary to simulate the moon from within the atmosphere. And here we see a photograph of the sun simulator operating at cloud altitude. We know that it is at cloud altitude because we see cloud in front of it and we see cloud behind it. It is obvious. We also see that it doesn't have a perfectly circular outline. It also has the step type of edge like we saw in the moon simulator during the blood red moon event of January 31st, 2018. So this is the moon simulator. They're most likely using the same type of device to simulate the moon. So in conclusion, we are not seeing the real moon from the Earth's surface, but a simulation of the moon produced within the Earth's atmosphere. This is Dr. Claudia Albers, Planet X physicist. Thank you for watching.